Iron Talk is brought to you by Case IH.
What are farmers doing to feed the planet? They're using Quadtrek technology, soil management, and planting systems from Case IH to foster a better growing environment that maximizes yield potential. Visit caseih.com to be ready.
Some people call it mistakes. My dad calls it experience. However you look at it, in today's Iron Talk, I'll discuss 2 strip tillage mistakes, or things we would change next time. Contrary to what most people like to do, we actually enjoy talking about our mistakes. I'm not sure where I heard this, but the saying goes something like this: it's okay to make mistakes. Just try not to make the same one twice. Now, we've had some weather this fall that made the field work interesting, to say the least. It got pretty cold on us and the ground got too hard for strip tilling. It got wet at times, but never too bad. Then things warmed up a little bit and we ran as fast as we could to finish up. I'm not trying to complain, but there were a couple things that, looking back, we would have done differently. First, we strip tilled a field that was a real battle. The tops of the corn plants above the ear all fell off prior to harvest, so that part of the corn plant never ran through our chopping corn heads. When we strip tilled the field, the stalks in the ground were wet and tough to cut through. So after stripping the field, we ran through with a twister to chop up the bigger pieces of stalk and facilitate a quicker breakdown of the stalks. In hindsight, we obviously should have done that first before we strip tilled, because we kind of messed up our strips a little bit, and just driving back through that field, it wasn't ideal. Lesson learned. Our second, I'll call it mistake, was one of rushing. It was the last decent day and snow and cold was in the forecast for the very next day, so we hurried to strip till the last field we had. However, we needed to broadcast spread some dry zinc sulfate to deal with the severe deficiency that showed up in our grid soil samples that we pulled this fall. Since we've already strip tilled that field, we didn't want to run out there and risk packing down our nice seed bed that we had just built. Our solution, which hasn't been done yet, is to wait until the ground is frozen hard and run back out there. We're going to try to do this in the spring, so the ground is frozen in the morning but thawing in the afternoon. If we do it that way, we can go back and dry spread across the field without messing up our strips. The important thing is not that we did everything right in the first place this fall. It's all about learning from your mistakes so you make better decisions going forward. That's all for today's Iron Talk, and now back to the show.